Hey, I'm Susan Lenart. I'm a silversmith, and I'm here today to do a review on a nomadic torch. So when I'm here in my studio, which I am right now, I usually use my acetylene torch that I absolutely love. It gets things done nice and quick and professional and, just efficiently. So I love it. I do really a lot of layers in my work. So that's going to be my first choice. But I travel a lot to different countries, and I do a lot of work and teach a lot of workshops all around the world. So I usually like the idea of a nomadic torch. So there's two different torches that I use. This is the one that I have been using. If you want to hop on to Alchemy of Soldering, which is the free course that's on here, I'm actually showing you how to use this torch. This torch, it has a pretty big head on it, and I've used this for many, many years. It works beautifully. I can do all my work with this torch here. But I actually just ran across another torch that I am falling in love with. So the thing is that when you go out of the country, anywhere, you can find tanks like these. So I do love this type of soldering. When I teach workshops in Morocco, in Paris, all over, in Indonesia, you can always find these. If there's a Walmart, you're gonna be able to buy this type of butane tank. So, so that's what this is about. And the heads you just buy here in the States, and we all bring them with, and we can do work anywhere. I have a whole setup where you can do work in the middle of nowhere. So here's something here. It's like I'm on my way to Mexico and to do a workshop in Puerto Vallarta, and sometimes the gases are tricky. Propane gases you can find anywhere in the world also. I mean, propane is probably the most common gas that I have seen when I'm teaching workshops as a silversmith. So I'm using a MAP gas though here. So when you're using this tank, let me show you what it looks like. This is, I think I paid about $50 for this. This is at Home Depot. This is at Home Depot, and I paid about $50 for this. And this one is kind of cool. It's like you can decide to use MAP gas or propane. MAP gas is a hotter gas. It's this yellow one. Propane is a green tank that you can find anywhere, in many different countries. And the MAP gas is hotter, so I decided to use it for this project that I'm going to show you today. But here is the end of it. It's so nice and refined. I've got the nozzle turned all the way up to the hottest point that I can get it and the most force. And then you just click and it holds. If I push it up, it holds. And I get a nice hot flame that's really tapered and exact to where I want it to be. So that's kind of cool. And then here it is bringing it down to a smaller torch. And there it is, a hotter one. And then when you want to turn it off, you just turn it off right like that. This is turned all the way on over here. It has a place where it holds a tank. It also has a place where I can put my torch head right into. So I really love the idea of this torch. I'm going to show you a project. I've been using it lately. I've done a lot of work with this here, and I want to show you how to use it. And you guys make your decision if you like this. You could use it in your studio if you wanted to. And, really it works beautifully. I took 3 years and I only soldered with the nomadic torch in my studio just to see if I could work with all of the, any type of joins or pieces that I wanted to do in my work. And it worked beautifully. It was really fun just to work with one simpler torch for 3 years. I love challenges like that. This one's a really fun one to use. It's really efficient. The MAP gas gets hot. Once I decided to push MAP gas through this torch, I want to make a commitment to stay with MAP gas. If you switch back and forth, it's not that good for your, for safety purposes. So I hope that makes sense. All right, you guys, check this out and see if you guys want to work with this torch. I'm going to show you soldering just some simple pieces. Okay, I showed you guys the torch, and here is a bezel that I completed ahead of time. Look at all the layers that are done in here. I actually am really excited because I was able to use this torch to complete this whole piece. And now I want to show you how I'm going to make a bezel. You guys can see me work hand in hand with this, and then you guys make the decision. Okay, so I'm going to start with setting this beautiful milky aquamarine, and I built the bezel for it already, and I have it here, and I put my a little bit of marker on there so I know exactly where to join it. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you guys want to see how to set a bezel from start to finish, that is going to be another film that I have here on my channel. But this one, I'm not going to show you start to finish. I'm just showing the torch. Get a little bit more on here. This is a sterling silver, not a fine silver. And I'm going to start with a hard solder. Turn the torch on. Here's how it turns on, and it stays on. This is on as high as I can get it. So here we go. Okay. Beautiful, that works nice and quickly. Then it's easy to turn off. Just turn it on. Right like that. And you turn it off just like that. My hands are a little dirty from working my silver. Please forgive me for that, but that's how it is when you're an artist in the studio, right? Get my bezel wire. I'm going to make sure it fits my stone beautifully and perfectly, exactly what I need. It should. It's not too hot yet. I haven't been doing too much work, so I can lay my stone right on here. There we go. This is when I'm going to fit my piece. So I'm just going to make sure it fits beautifully on here. There we go. Pull it in on all sides. Perfect. Okay, so that fits in here beautifully. You guys can see it right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and get onto here and move my stone off, because now I'm going to be getting some real heat on here. And I'm going to move it right over to here. Got my spritz down. Here's where I'm soldering with a little bigger piece from put a little bit more solder up there. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this torch on. Gives me a nice flame, and really, you know, I think with that, I tried it with propane. Once you decide on your gas you're going to use with it, you don't want to switch back and forth to propane or MAP. You want to stay with the same gas. So you make your choice at the beginning. Use my paintbrush. Just get a lot of medium down in here. Make it nice and easy. It's more than enough. I just need to get it all around to the edges. Oops. I see something in here that shouldn't be in there. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to work from the bottom, get this lit, work from the bottom, dry some of this up, make sure it's all where it's supposed to be. Whoop. It all needs to be touching the sides. And then I'm going to come up and under and heat the bottom. Get it nice and heated where you're going to see this green glow. I'm going to keep it under. Now with this, MAP gas, this is actually a gas that's not necessarily meant for soldering, but I have seen MAP used for metal work, so for a lot of different metal work. So this is a good one. For steel, it's used with oxygen with steel. But this is a hotter gas than propane. So I really like the way it works with my, there we go. See my solder starting to flow? All the way around. There you go, see that strip? So this really gets in here nice and hot. I really think it's a great nomadic torch. I think it's gonna be beautiful to bring around with you. So that's that. That's a torch. That's how it works and operates. And personally, I'd use a MAP gas with that.